There's something absolutely magical that happens when a woman discovers a hairstyle that truly speaks to her. Maybe you've been wearing the same cut for years, or perhaps you're feeling like it's time for a change, but you're not sure what actually works for your beautiful face and hair. Here's the truth. Your 60s are not the time to play it safe with your style. Your 60s are the time to celebrate who you are and let your hair reflect that confidence. Today, we're diving into the celebrity hair transformations that are inspiring women everywhere. And the wonderful news is that every single one of these looks is completely copyable for you. Let's discover together how a fresh haircut and the right approach can completely transform not just how you look, but how you feel. The modern shag, your new confidence builder. Let's start with something that celebrities absolutely can't stop asking their stylists for right now. The modern shag is everywhere, and if you haven't considered it yet, this might be the moment that changes everything. Picture this: textured layers that bring movement, softness, and just the right amount of contemporary edge without feeling trendy in a way that's going to date itself next season. This cut is revolutionary for women over 60, because it works magic with the volume and framing that our hair craves at this stage of life. Think about actors like Andie MacDowell and Julianne Moore, whose soft mid-length layered looks have become absolutely iconic. What makes the modern shag so special is that it's essentially a hybrid style. It can be worn sleek and polished one day and tousled and effortless the next day. This kind of versatility matters because your life doesn't follow one mood, and your hair shouldn't have to either. The beauty of the modern shag is in how it addresses the specific needs that emerge as we age. Celebrity stylist Erin Greenia, who works with some of the biggest names in Hollywood, calls it a cut that brings movement and frame to the face with minimal effort needed. The textured layers create volume exactly where you need it most, at the crown. If you've noticed your hair getting a bit finer or thinner, this is where the magic happens. Those layers don't just sit there. They actually create the illusion of fuller, thicker hair. And that's not just beautiful, it's genuinely transformative. The layered structure also softens your jawline in the most flattering way possible, adding what stylists call that subtle contemporary edge, without making you feel like you're trying too hard. When you go into your salon and ask for this cut, here's what you want to communicate to your stylist. You're looking for longer, wispy bangs that melt beautifully into face-framing layers with choppy, textured ends throughout. The sides should have movement, and the top should have volume. If you have naturally wavy hair, this cut is absolutely perfect for you because the layers work with your natural texture rather than against it. But here's something important. Even if you have straight hair, this cut still works beautifully. The key is styling it right. Use a lightweight volumizing mousse or root lift spray before blow-drying, focusing on lifting from the roots. You can also use a texturizing spray to create that intentional, piecewise look that makes the shag so appealing. Celebrity hairstylist Michelle Cleveland, who has worked with stars and multiple reality TV icons, says the modern shag is one of her absolute top requests in 2025 because it adds shape, bounce, and that youthful lift so many women are longing for. The flattering bob. Elegance meets practicality. Now, if the shag feels like a big leap and you're looking for something that's both elegant and incredibly practical, let's talk about the evolution of the bob in 2025. This isn't your grandmother's bob, although honestly, your grandmother might have had excellent taste. The modern bob for women over 60 is about sharp lines, glossy finishes, and just enough edge to keep it feeling fresh and current. When you see it on celebrities, you understand immediately why this cut has remained a cornerstone of sophisticated style for decades, and why it's experiencing such a powerful resurgence right now. The bob comes in several gorgeous iterations that work beautifully for different hair types and face shapes. The sleek bob is perfect if you have fine hair and want maximum volume and face framing impact. The layered bob, which Katie Couric wears so beautifully with feathered layers, is particularly wonderful if you're dealing with thinning hair, because those layers create the illusion of volume and give your locks more movement and life. Then there's the choppy bob, which gives you an edgier, more modern feel. Kristen Wiig's dual-tone choppy bob shows how you can play with root shadow and lighter ends, which is actually a brilliant way to make graying hair look intentional and stylish rather than like you're fighting against it. Here's what makes the bob so transformative for women in their 60s, and celebrity stylist Carrie Butterworth explains this beautifully. A shorter cut, particularly a chin-length bob, acts like a non-surgical facelift. It draws the eye away from facial imperfections and creates a lifting effect that's genuinely noticeable. Long hair, by contrast, drags the eyes downward, which can emphasize features we might want to soften. With a chin-length bob, you're actually working with the natural geometry of your face rather than against it. The bob also frames your face in a way that feels intentional and thoughtful. If you add soft, wispy bangs or side-swept bangs to your bob, you get an extra layer of face framing that's incredibly flattering. When you're considering a bob, think about your hair texture and ask your stylist for recommendations based on whether your hair is fine, thick, curly, or straight. If you have thick hair, your stylist can cut at the ends to create volume and movement rather than letting the weight sit heavy on your shoulders. If you have naturally curly hair, a curly bob with chin length or shoulder length proportions will showcase your curls beautifully while giving you that youthful, bouncy appearance. The key is working with your natural hair rather than against it. Many women over 60 find that a bob with layers gives them the best of both worlds. Enough length to feel feminine and substantial, but short enough to be manageable and youthful looking. You can style it sleek and polished for professional settings, or tousled and relaxed for everyday life. That versatility is exactly why so many women keep coming back to the bob, and why celebrities continue to champion it as their go-to style. The pixie cut, bold confidence in short form. Finally, let's talk about something that might feel daring, but trust us, the pixie cut is having a major moment among women over 60, and for good reason. This is not the pixie cut of the 1950s. The modern pixie has evolved into something sophisticated, flattering, and absolutely liberating. Celebrities like Kris Jenner and Helen Mirren have made the pixie cut a statement of confidence and style, and the response has been incredible. If you've ever wondered what it would feel like to walk into the world with an edgy, modern cut that requires minimal daily styling, the pixie might be your answer. The pixie works beautifully for women over 60 because it accomplishes something truly special. It takes years off your appearance while also celebrating your face rather than hiding it. Think about what a pixie cut actually does. It draws immediate attention to your eyes, your cheekbones, and your facial features. There's nowhere to hide, which means it forces a confidence that's genuinely transformative. When you have a pixie cut, every expression shows, every smile radiates, and every moment feels more present and alive. That shift in how you move through the world can be surprising and wonderful. Plus, let's be practical for a moment. A pixie cut is incredibly easy to manage. No more lengthy blow-drying sessions or complicated styling routines. You wake up, run your fingers through your hair, and you're ready to go. For many women over 60, that freedom alone is worth the cut. Now let's talk specifics because not every pixie cut is the same, and finding the right variation for your face shape and hair type is important. An asymmetrical pixie cut with side-swept bangs, like the one Kris Jenner wears so beautifully, frames an oval-shaped face perfectly and adds an extra touch of sophistication. If you have fine hair, a classic pixie cut with slightly tousled texture gives your hair a fuller appearance while framing your face beautifully. If you prefer a bit more length on top while keeping the sides short and tapered, that's a long pixie cut, and it's absolutely stunning. The longer top strands give volume to fine or thinning hair while the shorter sides bring beautiful attention to your eyes. A feathered pixie cut is another gorgeous option, especially if you want to embrace and celebrate your natural gray hair. The feathered texture adds dimension and softness to the cut, making it feel less severe and more romantic. Some women love adding layers to their pixie cut, which creates playful volume and texture. It's a style that works well with most hair textures, and is particularly flattering for oval, diamond, and heart-shaped faces. Here's something important to remember about the pixie cut. The first cut is crucial because getting the proportions right is what makes or breaks the style. Bring pictures to your salon. Show your stylist exactly what you're envisioning. Talk about how much length you want on top, how you want the sides tapered, whether you want bangs and what kind. A great stylist will help you understand what will work best with your specific face shape and hair type. After that first cut, maintenance is simple. Usually just a trim every 4 to 6 weeks to keep the shape crisp and the style looking intentional. Once you experience the freedom of a pixie cut, many women find they never go back. It's that transformative. It's that empowering. And it's absolutely within your reach. Final thoughts. The beautiful truth that we've discovered through looking at these celebrity transformations is simple. Your hair at 60 and beyond can be absolutely anything you want it to be. Whether you're drawn to the textured movement of a modern shag, the timeless elegance of a flattering bob, or the bold confidence of a pixie cut, the choice is entirely yours. Each of these cuts brings something special to the table, and each one can be adapted to work with your unique hair texture, face shape, and personal style. The key is finding a stylist who listens to your vision and understands how to work with your hair rather than against it. Start by bringing pictures to your consultation. Talk openly about what you love, what concerns you, and what your lifestyle actually requires from a hairstyle. Then trust the process. Sometimes the most transformative moments come when we're willing to try something new, something bold, something that feels a little bit like the best version of ourselves. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path. We'll see you next time.